Good evening and welcome to NXTGEN Season 15. We are here at Bannochbrae for round number 7 of the modern touring cars. We've got 5 minutes of qualifying, which pretty much means some of the drivers will only get one lap around this circuit by the time they get out of the pit and warm up the tyres. So we got a almost full lobby, 15 drivers. We have Shadowstalker in the Astra. Danzo is returning, he's in the Mercedes. Bruce Lee is in the Mercedes. Delez in a BMW. Adam Morris, BMW. Fraser is in a Mercedes. T.Y. House 7 is in a Mercedes. Baby Johnny is also in a Mercedes. Tim Mercedes as he flies into the barrier at rock facing. Scooby G is in a BMW, Jamie Mercedes, Royston BMW, Jack Astra, Lightblade is in the Mercedes, and finally Ginge is in the RAC looking BMW. Who is first on road right now? There's Tim. Oh dear, that's Tim. Oh, Tim, sorry, that's... Oh, what am I looking at? That's DY House 7, and someone else has gone absolutely flying into filled in. Absolutely filling the boots and filled in. I don't know who is the other orange. Who's the other orange? That's Jack has gone in and filled in now. Oh, that was Ginger. Sorry. That was Ginger went in at filled in. So that's Fraser who is leading the way in terms of track position. On board with him. Let's go for a lap of Bannochbrae since he's going to be the first man to set the time anyway. The carnage happening before the race even starts. So through fence bend. So down the main straight we go then for Bannochbrae. So we head towards Lake Bend. This touch of brakes required. Hit brakes as late as you dare. Oh, actually it might be. Just a lift off of the Mercedes then in 6th gear through Lake Bend. Down towards Rock Basin. Now you definitely have to hit the brakes. Into 4th. And power out over the crests and into rock face out. Using as much of the road as you can. Down towards bridge in. Absolutely flat in this car. Over the bridge and into bridge out. This is an off-camber right-hander. So you don't want to be braking too late. See there, Fraser getting the back end out. Just square the corner off. Down towards flip and flop. Flat right, flat left, and down. Now we head towards the underpass. Again, tap of the brakes, down to 4th to get it turned in. Back on the throttle as early as you can as we head through the roller coaster now. You'll see why, just constant bumps, lifting the front end, causing it to go really light. The car not steering as we head now towards filled in, which has already got a few cars already in qualifying. Touch of the brakes, going to turn in that very risky tap from Fraser, very twitchy into field out then. Down towards the infamous Maggie's Junk Chicane, which is absolutely flat to get the right line through it. Down towards Shed. Yeah, a little lift off, just make sure you get it turned in. And into Oblivion, and you can see why you're heading into Oblivion until you head over the crest. Looking left, into pillar to post. Oh, as Fraser clips the wall. Ginger with the lap time invalidation in the bottom right there. Down towards the leap of faith, so this will be the one and only lap for these guys. You'll lift off, get it through the corner, and get it nice and settled. So you head through the dam. I don't know who that is, that's just joined, but they're a bit late as we head through Fence Bend. DY7 has not qualified. Shadowstalker had not qualified. So here comes Fraser. He's going to come across the line. What's he going to do? He's going to set a 226.3. Ginge, the very battered BMW, does not set a time. Oh, Adam Morris is going to be next up. He puts in a 226.5. Bruce. Les. There's one. The Zebra, 94. As we get more times coming in now. Scooby G only going third. There's Royston with a 2:33, just getting through with... Oh, Jack, a 2:24.2, a full 2 seconds quicker than anyone else in the Astra. That's a great time from the Astra man. Johnny coming through, he's currently in 11th. What can he do with this? Puts it in 6th. The Layers coming across the line. He puts it 5th, the 2:30.1. I don't think anyone's getting close to that 2:24.2. A lot of people obviously not setting times here. Oh, and Danzo into the wall. After the leap of faith. As we head through the dam, and he's almost collected the inside of the bridge there. In towards Fence Bend. Flicker left onto the main straight. What does he do? Cross the line. He just set a time, I think, actually, there. So qualifying's over. The grid looks like this. Row 1, Jack takes an incredible pole position with a 2:24.2. He's joined by Fraser, who's done a 2:26.3. Adam Morris kicks off row 2 alongside Scooby G. Row 3 is the Layers and Royston. Row 4, Johnny and Danzo. They are the final people to set times. The rest of the grid did not set a time. So, row number 5 is Shadowstalker and Bruce Lee Harding. Row 6, D. Whitehouse 7 and Tim 78. Row number 7, Jamie WRX and Lightblade. And on his own in row number 8, Ginge in 15th, which is going to be a nightmare for him because it's a very tough position to do anything from, as you're very much likely to be involved in any incidents ahead of you, and it's a very hard track to overtake on. So here we go. It's Bannochbrae. It's going to be chaos. Here in Scotland, we have 3 red lights. We're green here in Scotland for the modern touring cars. Jack's got a horrible getaway, but it's going to be Adam Morris in the BMW oh dear, that's a big collision in the background. That's Shadowstalker and Danzo, I think. But Adam Morris leads, going through Lake Bend. Here comes Scooby G round the inside of Jack. Coming towards Rockface in. And Jack might just have to let him go. And they're still side by side coming through Rockface in. Now towards Rockface out. A little bit of a tap between the two. I think Jack just tapping the wall on the outside. But Jack will fend off the BMW for a second. And now he can concentrate on getting after Adam Morris as they go through Bridge in for the first time of 8. To bridge out, and already we've got different groups separating everyone. There's Tim. Lightblade has gone off in between Rockface in and Rockface out. Oh, that's a big spin for Tim going through bridge in. There's Jamie. He's with Ginge. Side by side. Jack has now taken the lead. I think he's done that through the underpass. As they now head up towards Field Inn. Adam Morris now side by side. They're going to go side by side through Field Inn. This is risky from the BMW man. He's managed to keep it alongside towards Field Out then. Oh, very interesting from Fraser. So Jack leads through Maggie's junk as the BMWs plough through it. Through in a shed. The this could be the Astra's maiden win. I don't think that Astra has won yet. If Jack can keep hold of it. Through pillar to post, down the hill towards the leap of faith. The Astra very good through here. It'll be stable. Look at that, a double hop, and it's absolutely fine through the dam. I think that's Tim having a mare. Oh, that's Jack. He has gone absolutely flying down the road. Collected again. He's stopped in midair. The car's doing some random... Oh, he's been collected again. This is like playing pinball in Scotland. I've got to have another look at that on the stream there. Let's see what happened. So he's come through the leap of faith. Through the dam. He's absolutely fine. He's a bit sideways. Oh, and the actual bank just jerks out. He's just caught it. And then it's like pinball forever with an Astra. Well, I cooked him, and that's what happens. So, Scooby G now leads from Fraser, from the Les. Adam Morris has had an incident at Rockface Inn. No idea what's happened. Where is he? What is he up to? He's just spinning back around. This is chaos. The Les, though, has Bruce Lee Harding and Ginge behind him. Bruce Lee Harding and Ginge going side by side between Flip and Flop. Ginge into the barriers, and Bruce now up into 4th place. I know for a fact Bruce does not really enjoy Bannochbrae, so he's doing a good job here. Up into 4th, and he's right on the Les, coming through the roller coaster and towards Filled In. Remember, this is Turbo Monday, so you get a point for fastest lap. Into Filled Out, and Ginge now under attack. As the BMW goes through Maggie's junk for the Les into Inner Shed. Story on a Ginge as you head into Oblivion. So these guys are, well, the Les is starting to catch up here to the front two. Just Scooby and Fraser. Now Fraser is quicker than Scooby around here in that car. Through the dam into Fence Bend. Like a bit of a lock up there from Fraser. So head down the start finish straight for the second time. Scooby G now leads. However, Ginge has managed to get... The Les has, I think, had an issue going into Fence Bend. Unfortunately, it looks like Bruce is kind of... unfortunately been involved as an aftermath. So now Ginge now heads up the battle for 3rd place. And Jamie's now looking at Bruce Lee Harding. But actually, Bruce Lee Harding's gone around the outside of Rockface Inn, around the outside of Ginge. That's a cracking move at turn number 2 from the Mercedes man. Fraser still not really getting on the back of Scooby G here. This is probably the most equal I've seen the cars actually round here. There's a bit of everything for every car. And it looks like Jack's had more issues as he's now getting passed by Adam Morris through Rockface Out into Bridge In. Down to Bridge Out. See Jack loving that slightly wider line in, and he's got back past Adam Morris as he goes wide into the barriers. And here comes Light Blake for good measure, down towards Flip and Flop. Oh dear, that's Bruce, who's gone off and filled in. Jamie's gone off just after filled in. Here comes the Les. He's now got back in this fight. So action happening everywhere as they go through Maggie's junk for the third time. I think everyone apart from Scooby G and Fraser has damage right now. As they head into pillar to post. Down towards the leap of faith. That the confidence through the jump at the leap of faith. Through the dam, the Lays has had issues. He's clipped the wall. Jamie down the inside in towards fence bend. And Bruce looking to take advantage of this as well. Oh, and that's not gone well. That's why that's called fence bend. And the Lays will obviously wait up here for Bruce. He's trying to get going again, but he's got the rest of the field behind him. There goes Web user Johnny. The Lay's now having to wait. Obviously, he had to wait for Bruce because unfortunately he clipped the wall on the outside of the fence. Clipped the fence on the outside. He's just come back across into Bruce. Big shame because that was looking like a good battle. That was heating up. Yellow flags. Resume racing then as Jamie now up into fourth. Ginge quite happily though in third place. No change at the front. No one really making a move there. Jack 1053 Synopsis has Adam Morris behind him. In fact, actually, he's going for a move on web user Johnny coming down towards Rockface out. The Astra has pretty much nothing left on it. And web user Johnny looking like he's going to get mugged a little bit. So he forces the issue. And he forces him and Adam Morris wide into bridge in. And here comes Lightblade. Oh, squeezing between the two. That's a great bit of driving from Lightblade. And really did have to flick it through the two cars there. Did Lightblade. There's Adam Morris. Now, it's a hard one to call, but you'd have to say, web user Johnny came across Adam there. Forced the issue, put them both wide onto the grass, and he kind of caused that himself. But we shall see if anything gets inquired about after the race. Bruce is back up into 6th here, which is good. Jack is having a few issues there with the Astra going into field out. I don't know whether he just went a bit too wide on the entry as he goes powering through Maggie's junk. 112 miles an hour through it. Down the crest towards Leap of Faith. Into the dam. You can tell that Astra is really quick. Gap at the front is opened up to around a second now as they head through Rockface out. No one actually now in a battle as such. Everyone just separated by about a second or so from each other. So we'll carry on following this. The leader around, who is Scooby G, and you see Jack, that gap to the leader closing down all the time. He really is quicker around this circuit in that car as well. It's a big shame that he ended up just making that one mistake, and that's all it took. As Adam Morris has retired here on lap number 5. But Scooby G coming up towards field in. Scooby G with his BMW pushing into Maggie's junk at around 112 miles an hour. 123 afterwards. Into inner shed, down towards Oblivion. We've got a bit of a battle now though, because Lightblade and Bruce Lee Harding are close together on circuit. This is for 6th place. Up towards field in. Oh, it's dodgy from Lightblade. Looking around the outside of field in. He doesn't really get a good enough run, or does he? He goes, looks down the inside, thinks better of it. Bruce carrying the pace into field out as they head towards Maggie's Junk. Through in the shed, down towards Oblivion for these guys then. This is lap number 5 for them. The leaders just starting lap number 6. 2:24.4 from Scooby G. 2:24.4 from Fraser. So that gap really is steady ship because they're pushing at about the same rate of knots. Jack has put away from these two as they head through the Leap of Faith. Through the dam, into Fence Bend. You can tell it's a dodgy bend because one of the chevron signs is on like a 45-degree angle, but Lightblade's got a great run coming out of it. Onto the main straight, he makes the move. 6th place for Lightblade 2K18. And Fraser's made a mistake somewhere. Yeah, there's damage, front left damage. He's now 3.5 behind Scooby G. And that could cost him the race here if Scooby G doesn't make another mistake. And we know Scooby G doesn't really make mistakes. Bit strange, D Whitehouse 7. He has got, who's that behind him? That is Royston behind. In the BMW. Here's the sheep bleating away. Into bridge out. The gap at the top extending now, 3.7. They head into the underpass. Everyone just a bit more spread out now here around Bannochbrae. Jack obviously in 5th place, a great drive back at the moment. He's got a lot of time to make up though. He's only got 2 more laps after this. He is currently 8 seconds down as he drops through Oblivion into pillar to post. He's got 8.5 seconds to catch up to Jamie. Last one around he was 3.6 quicker, which is not quite enough right now. He needs to be taking about 4, I'd say, in order to get a chance. Though it looks like Jamie's made a mistake a little bit somewhere. Possibly not quite getting the right entry into Fence Bend, because Jack made up about a second's worth there. So he's 7 seconds behind Jamie WRX. Heading into the final 2 laps for him. Further behind, Bruce has actually managed to get back past Lightblade somehow, some way. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter when, doesn't matter where. He's just got past. D-Whitehouse 7 is currently 9th. An interesting battle here. We've got Tim and Danzo battling it out here for 12th and 13th as they head through to Maggie's Junk for their 6th time. Oh! Tim. He's only gone and binned it at Maggie's Junk. Maggie's Junk has done a number on you, son. You tried to go through Maggie's Junk and she reacted badly to that one. Absolutely shafted at Maggie's Junk, that is, for Tim. Not the way he wanted it to be. Fraser, 2.5 now behind. Meanwhile, Lightblade is trying to catch. Back up to Bruce Lee Harding in the blue Mercedes. Through the roller coaster into field in. This bend has claimed a lot as we head up towards it now. Filled in, claimed a lot of cars so far this evening in the modern touring cars. Bruce is a bit later on the brakes, letting the car carry the pace as they go into field out. And Fraser has ripped a lot of time out of Scooby G. He's down to 1.3. And Jack is only 1.7 roughly. 1.7, Jack got the gap down to. He's going to be right on Jamie on the next lap. He's going to have the opportunity here to potentially make a move for 4th place, which would be a hell of an effort after playing pinball with himself through this very corner. I don't know if Jack flashing his lights. I don't know how he's got any lights if he is. And Fraser's got the gap down to under a second now. I'd say Scooby must have made a mistake somewhere. Scooby is leading this championship by 21 points to Fraser. And right now he's extending that gap as Jack, making the move in through Rockface in. Rockface out, he gets it wrong, and here comes Jamie right back at him as we head towards Bridge In. Almost side by side into Bridge Out. Jack can't quite take the line he would prefer. Has to go tighter. Jamie around the outside. Can't quite get the move done. As he now head towards Flip and Flop. 5/10. Jamie on the outside through Flip towards Flop. And Jamie manages to hold off the Astra for now. As they head into the underpass. Jamie into the barrier through the underpass towards the roller coaster now. A lot of speed lost. Where's Jack going to go? Where can he position the car? He thinks about it. He looks to the inside. He's going to go down the inside. Towards Field In. And now Jack into the fence at Field In. Jamie managed to get the place back. And oh no. You've got to be having a laugh. Jack disconnects. Going through Field Out, having a monumental battle. Well, that's just ruined the ending of this race for that place. But Fraser, has he got a run coming out? I don't think he has. There's back markers as well. It's going to be Scooby G then. Scooby G wins at Bannochbrae, followed by Fraser. That is Shadowstalker in 12th and Tim in 13th. You got shafted by Maggie's Junk Chicane. Ginge. He comes home for a respectable 3rd. What a great race for him. Jamie WRX. He has actually lost it through going on the entry to Fence Bend. And he will take 4th. And I hear the rustlings of Jack.
Jack will be 5th as Jamie crosses the line.
Yep, Jamie actually rolls it. Now on the screen, Light Blade, currently ahead of Bruce. They're going to be side by side heading towards the line. Who's going to take it? It's going to be... I think it's Bruce, but I can't tell from that angle. That's a bit of a photo finish. The Les is in on screen 7th, I will say on screen. D. Whitehouse on screen is on 8th. Moves to Johnny 9th. Royston 10th on screen. And there he is. So we're just waiting for Danzo. Oh no, Shadowstalker hasn't finished yet, sorry. Or has he? No, he hasn't. He's actually in a battle with Danzo, so I don't know who that was who crossed the line earlier. But through Maggie's Junk, down towards Inner Shed. Oblivion next. Astra versus Merc. Go down the hill into pillar to post. over the bridge, down the hill. Remember, this is where Scooby G had a massive off in the Group A ones. Through the leap of faith. Oh, and Shadow Stalker definitely with a leap of faith there, taking a completely different line, clipping the inside, and it's spinning as a result. It was a good effort to try and get past Danzo, but definitely wasn't what I'd have recommended. Danzo will come out for what will be provisionally an 11th. And there is Shadow Stalker after his brave attempt. He will be provisionally 12th. Jack, I must say that was a hell of a battle you were having with Jamie.
Yeah, I'm gutted because I think I'd have got him going into the bridge. The Astra was phenomenal, and you know, that was a missed opportunity, really.
So provisionally, and I must stress this as much as possible, provisionally results are Scooby G first from Fraser, Ginge third. Good result from Ginge now, he's just kept his head down, kept out of trouble. Jamie fourth, Lightblade fifth, Bruce Lee Harding sixth. The Les, well, I say Lightblade fifth, Bruce Lee Harding sixth. We don't know what the outcome of that is, that's a photo finish. The Les seventh, DY House 7 eighth, Webster Johnny 9th, Royston 10th, Danzo 11th, Shadow Stalker 12th, Tim 13th. Jack, up to the discretion of the stewards, will probably slot into 5th.
Yeah, last lap disconnections, you know, are accounted for. So,
so we can pretty much account for Jack being in 5th, but obviously, as it shows there, he's not, but he probably will be. So that was a good round. Obviously, you played pinball at the start, Jack.
Yeah, gutted. Adam was a little bit slow, and I thought if I just push now, I might get a gap, and I just cut the grass and put me into this sort of weird stump, but it just fired me back into the path of Adam, and he couldn't do anything.
Nah, it just looked like the actual embankment of the grass just comes out a little bit. It looks like you just caught that on the stream. But next week we go to Imola for the modern touring cars, and that's always a great circuit to watch. Lots of slipstreaming. The Astra is not going to be very good.
You say that? It was quick.
It was quick last time, yeah. Well, in qualifying it was quite good. I think in the race it kind of dropped off a little bit for some reason. But we do go to Imola next week, so that's going to be interesting. Next up, if you want to see a commentator crash around Bannochbrae, feel free to watch my point of view. Yeah, I mean, great battles all around, some big crashes, and the fun doesn't stop there with the Clios coming up next. So, yeah, join us next week for Imola if you're still interested in modern touring cars after that race, which I hope you are, because that was immense. But from myself, Jack, and the modern touring car drivers, thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of your evening.